Hi.
Hi.
Sir, we are from DLC and we're here to cover you on Member Story. How's your day being?
Nothing to complain. So far, so good. Having some nice time with family.
Describe yourself in one sentence.
A simple, passionate human being.
Describe your professional self in a hashtag.
Cook from heart.
Which city you grew up in?
I'm a small town boy. I'm from Rajasthan, a city called Ajmer.
What inspired you to join the Della Leaders Club?
The word says Leaders Club. When you meet leaders from different kind, you get to know something new. You need to add some values to them. Also become a better professional. And that's the reason I'm a part of Della Leaders Club.
Define Jimmy Mistry in one word.
Visionary.
With DLC, how do you intend to inspire people?
It's not just inspiring, it's moving together in a forward direction.
What, according to you, makes DLC a unique organization?
The best part about DLC is it's an amalgamation of people from different fields. You have doctors, you have engineers, you have politicians, you have models, you have architects, you have IT guys, you have chefs. So the fields are endless and you have people from all around. So when you are together, you become a community. That's DLC all about.
How would you describe your occupation?
I would say, as a chef, I love to play with ingredients, give them some emotion, try to reach my guest's heart through their stomach.
What is the best part about it?
I love to play with ingredients. I love to meet more guests, more people. I love to make friends. My job never become monotonous. That's what I love about my job the most.
What was your first job in the culinary space?
I'm a pass out of IHM Pusa, New Delhi, and there I was a mess proctor. So I was responsible for feeding 200 people and cooking for all the occasion, all the festivals there. So I would say that was my first job. Non-paying, but most satisfying job, I can say that.
To get the right food on the platter, what are the 5 essential elements needed?
All your 5 senses. Cook from all your 5 senses. In fact, I would say not 5, there are 6 elements. Use your 5 senses and develop the 6th ones. The 6th one is the connect with the ingredients.
One lost recipe that you curated for Leela Hotel?
Not just a recipe. I did the entire research and I curated the entire festival, not just a recipe.
Local flavors are some of the greatest reasons to travel. Favorite food destinations?
I'm a big fan of Hong Kong, not just for their local flavors, but it gives you a global cuisine. I love Bhutan. The flavors were very simple there.
Your take on the hyperlocal indigenous food culture across the world?
It's great. We respect our ingredients. Local ingredients taste always better at that location. And there's a lot of history, there's a lot of knowledge. The food become experiential.
What is that multi-course chef's tasting menu you've curated recently?
So recently I worked with this Australian master chef, Chef Ashish Bhasin, who's a 2018 winner. So we curated together a 5-course menu, and the take was his cuisine is Malaysian Singapore. So we did a pre-plated 5-course evolved Malaysian Singaporean menu.
What are the Indian culinary classics you want to include in the chef's menu?
Not few, there are many. Indian cuisine is just not a cuisine. Every small area in itself is a cuisine. So I'm trying to revive, I'm trying to research, I'm trying to get into history and get those lost recipes out before we lose it.
Where is that Michelin-starred restaurant where you'd return year after year?
Chef Thomas Keller, French Laundry. I'm a big fan of him. The way he cooks food, the way he keeps things simple. I'm a big fan of Chef Thomas Keller and I can go again and again and again to his restaurant.
3 best countries for seafood?
Japan, France, Italy.
One of the best food market you've traveled?
So I was doing a research in 2002 to open a restaurant, and I did Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore, and I think Hong Kong was my favorite till day because it's provide you so many different cuisine under one. So for me, it's the food destination.
Waffles for breakfast or puri sabji?
Depends on a mood. Tough competition. If I'm with my daughter, of course it's waffle and pancakes. If I'm with my son, it will be puri bhaji.
Your best Japanese restaurant?
Megu, any day.
Vietnamese cuisine or Korean?
Tough one, but I will give it to Vietnam this time.
One dish you've curated that can be clubbed under umami?
I did a ceviche with Asian flavors.
One Indian classic that owe its culinary roots to a foreign community?
I think it's very simple. It's a simple go. Multika masala. Thanks to UK for developing that dish for us.
One dish that speaks loud how colonialism has shaped culinary heritage?
So I would say there's a lot of dish, the Anglo-Indian food, but one dish, the first dish which come to my mind is pork vindaloo. A lot of Portugal influence. The Chinese cuisine, entire thing is Portugal. So Anglo-Indian, I will go.
Tapas in Spain or a pub lunch in London?
Tapas in Spain.
3 things nobody knows about you but should?
So I'm a very open and a simple man. So I have kept my life very simple, straightforward.
3 things you don't leave your home without?
My car keys, my mobile, and a hug from my daughter and my son.
3 things that are non-negotiable to you?
Taste, something where one should not break the faith of their customers. And like I recently watched a movie where it was keep the trust alive.
One habit that you want to get rid of?
I'm not a gym lover. I try to run away from exercise. So that's a habit I want to get rid of, and I want to get into a complete workout regime.
One secret skill you have?
I think I connect with people quite comfortably.
The last book you have read?
I read more of food books, and the last book was actually read again, which was by Mr. Rocky Mohan, Kashmiri Wazwan. A beautiful book.
The current Netflix series you're addicted to?
I'm more of a comedy or a movie kind rather than a series kind, because I have a very irregular schedule.
A hobby you want to pick up?
I'm not into music, but I want to get and learn how to play guitar.
What is your comfort food?
Rajma chawal, any day, simple, no brainer for me.
Your next travel destination on the card?
I want to do a caravan trip in US, planning for a while, but let's see when it materializes.
If you could have superpower, what would it be?
I'm going to go back in history and start from my early childhood days, because there are many things which I think today I could have done better.
Whiskey or wine?
Single malt.
If you ever plan to write a cookbook, what should it be titled?
Food for soul.
Who is that chef who want to do a cook-off?
Not a cook-off, but I would love to cook with Chef Thomas Keller.
The best life lesson you have learned from your parents?
Respect every individual.
Favorite childhood memory with your parents?
Many. I remember as a child, we used to go as a family every year. Our summer vacation used to start. We used to go to Vaishno Devi.
How you spent time with your daughter?
So she's fun to be around. She is bubbly. She speaks. She fights. She fights like a friend. She loves me like a daughter. She guides me like my mother. So we have great time. But the best part is when we are cooking together. We love cooking together.
Your mantra to maintain a work-life balance?
Work is also a part of life. So rather than looking at work-life balance, look at enjoying life, being happy at life.
What is your fitness goal?
It's a tough one for me, but I try to monitor what I eat. I try to look at my steps right now. I'm not a gym person, but that's one thing I want to start.
One diet rule you try to stick to?
Try to watch your carb, salt, sugar ingredients. So basically white things like rice, wheat, salt, sugar.
Your cheat day meal?
All my answers will rotate around Rajma Chawal.
One environmental cause you are really concerned about?
Plastic, it's worrying me. It's actually worrying me, and it's a request to all of you, please, please, please monitor it. Please, let's all work together in protecting our environment.
What is that one thing you think can make things a bit better?
Be more cautious. Think about future, think about the coming generation. Stop thinking in today, stop living in today, and let's stop being selfish.
One humanitarian because you want to take up in your professional capacity?
My long-term goal where I want to use my skill is to impart knowledge and skill to underprivileged people so that they can become professional and they can earn their bread and butter in future rather than just supporting them today. I am a firm believer, you give a fish to a person, you feed him for a day. You teach him how to catch a fish, you feed him for a life. So I want to ensure they survive happily.
When did you realize that you wanted to pursue this career?
Few of my friends were appearing for hotel management, so I just filled a paper, just form, so that I can be out of the city. Fortunately, I cleared it, and at that time, I had no other option, so I joined hotel management just for the sake. But when I joined, I realized kitchen is my field, and I'm made for kitchen.
Which was your first breakthrough project?
So during my college days, I was selected to represent for All India Chef competition, and we won the gold medal there. So that was the breakthrough for me.
What is your most recent project?
So right now I'm working on developing the entire F&B for Leela Ambience Gurgaon.
What is the best professional advice you have received?
Keep things simple. Like I mentioned, twice I've mentioned about Chef Thomas Keller, and this is I'm repeating for the third time his name. He mentioned good chefs know when to stop. So stop and keep it simple. Less is more is the best advice I've got from Chef Thomas Keller.
Biggest challenge when starting off in this field?
I won't say biggest challenge, but I would say it was the new ingredients, managing people, understanding in how heat plays, how ingredients react to different medium. So that was a little challenging because never have dealt or thought that cooking is complicated. It's science. It's not complicated, but it's science. So it was tough, but I won't say it was challenging.
Best learning from failure?
Yes, I failed. I failed after my college where I couldn't get a job, and I was rejected by one of my Chef Soumya Goswami for the position, the junior most position also. So the learning was what best now, and I have to change the world. Nothing can substitute hard work. Use both the techniques, work hard. I'm proud to say that the same Chef Soumya Goswami gave me a letter to be the executive chef before my batchmates. So, feel nice.
A message that you would like to give to our viewers?
Let's be together. Let's work together. Let's help each other. Let's become a strong community of India, or I would say world.